Speaking of making this world better for my kid and yours, or my kids and yours, I got this email from a listener in Tampa today. I did some checking, and everything in this email is absolutely factual and correct. What this listener sent me, what this woman sent me, is an email, excuse me, a copy of an email that she received from someone in the Hillsborough County school system. The woman who wrote to me has a child in that school system, I think he's a sixth grader. And let me just give you a quick synopsis. The woman, I'll call her W, as opposed to Z. W wrote, what happened, W's kid was in school the other day, and all of a sudden, a public school, all of a sudden, the door opens and in walks 3 uniformed Tampa police officers and proceeded to inform 5th graders that they were about to be searched for weapons. Now, these are kids. These are 11-year-olds. I guess 6th graders. These are kids. And each child was forced to come to the front of the class, and in front of his or her classmates. He was wanded, with a metal wand, a metal detecting wand, had to empty his or her pockets and had to stand there with this humiliation. This is in a public school. Now, this freaked me out. So anyway, that in a nutshell is what happened. So the woman I'm telling you about, W, decided to react instead of doing what so many Americans would do. When her kid told her this, what so many Americans would do would just go, oh, well, there's danger everywhere. There's stuff everywhere. This is what W wrote to the person that responded to her complaint. Thank you for getting back to me. Here are my concerns. I was stunned that I was not asked for consent or even notified that my 11-year-old child was going to be searched by a police officer. I was not aware that this kind of search was going to take place, and I would have appreciated the opportunity to talk to my son and give him some context and information before the fact. I realize the student handbook lists, quote, random searches, end quote, as a Hillsborough County School Board policy, but in no way does it indicate that the actual event would transpire the way it did, with a team of police officers entering the classroom unannounced to scan each child in full view of his classmates with a metal detector. At the least, a letter detailing the procedure would have been appropriate. Are the officers who conduct the searches employees of the Tampa Police Department? Are they trained to deal with children? Parents should have been given the opportunity to provide our children with context, reassurance, and guidance. What message does this teach them about school as a safe environment, or about knowing and exercising their rights as citizens not subject to search without probable cause, about the concept of innocent until proven guilty, about being treated essentially as criminal suspects in the 6th grade? What about consequences for children who suffer from anxiety? The implications are potentially traumatic. Jake said his, quote, heart was racing, end quote, because he didn't know what was going on at first. He also said one of the officers told the class he'd once found a butcher knife in a classroom. Not exactly reassuring information for a non-anxious 11-year-old child to hear, much less one who isn't well-equipped emotionally to deal with that kind of information. I understand that security issues are paramount and that you are in a tremendously difficult position. We turn our kids over to you each day and demand that you keep them safe. And on the other hand, you're faced with the reality of school violence and children bringing weapons to school. My point is simply that I would have appreciated the opportunity to speak to Jake about this before the fact and for the district to have had someone available to answer questions about the procedure. I also understand that this is a school board policy and not unique to, and she mentions the school. I've left a message with the district office, and I intend to speak to my school board representative. But I also wanted to make you aware of my concerns. Thank you, W. Now, when I heard about this earlier today, I found out that this happens in 3 randomly chosen classrooms a day in the Hillsborough County school system. That's Tampa and Tampa suburbs. 3 times a day. And I did not find out how low in terms of grade or age this randomized search goes. Do they go down to 3rd graders? 2nd? 1st? How about kindergarten? This is madness. This is just it's living in the United States of America these days. 5th graders, stand up, come up here, turn around, empty your pockets. You know, we found a butcher knife the other day. What do you got in your back pocket? What's down there? Well, you got something in your shoe? Stand still while I run this wand up and down your body. 5th grade. Jesus Christ. Well, that ought to get the program off to a nice bouncy start. How about in your school district? That is, that's not true here in, I don't want to name ours, Kathy, but that's not true in our school district, is it?
I hope not. I haven't heard about it.
Yeah, I haven't heard anything either. But the woman who sent this to me, she has had her kid in that school district since he was, I don't know, in kindergarten, and never heard about this. And in fact, this is the first time it finally happened to him. But we're talking about a countywide system. 3 times a day in 3 different schools. 5th graders, 4th graders, 3rd graders, 7th, 6th grade. Step up here. Get your hands out of your pockets, son. And when you take your hands out of your pockets, bring out whatever you have in your pockets. All right, lay it right here. Now turn around. Keep turning. Stand still, boy. This isn't going to hurt you.